More ships than the entire British Navy. Nobody ever taught you her name. She beat the British, the Portuguese, and the entire Chinese Empire, then retired completely on her own terms, richer than when she started. It's the early 1800s, South China Sea, and her story starts about as low as it possibly gets. Nobody around her could have guessed what she was about to become. She's working in a floating brothel in Canton. Zero power, zero options, the bottom of the ladder with nowhere obvious to go. Then she marries a pirate lord named Ching Shih, and instead of staying quiet, she negotiates her way into being his actual equal in command. Co-running operations, sharing every decision, not decoration. Co-CEO of a pirate empire, 2 centuries before that phrase even existed. Then her husband suddenly dies. Instead of losing everything, she takes full command herself. At her absolute peak, 1,800 ships under her command. 80,000 pirates. That's more ships than entire national navies of that era combined, in one fleet, under one commander. She wasn't running a crew anymore. She was running an empire on water. Trade routes, coastlines, entire stretches of the open sea, all answering directly to her, every single day. Coastal towns up and down the region didn't even bother fighting her anymore. They just paid her instead. Local governments quietly handed over money just to be left alone. That's not really piracy anymore. That's basically a parallel government, and everyone in the region knew it. And it wasn't total chaos either. That's the part people always get wrong about pirate life. She actually ran the fleet on a strict written legal code that nobody ever dared break. Steal from the shared plunder without permission? Death, no questions asked. Mistreat a female captive? Death, no exceptions. No rank ever protected you from it. This was a level of organization most actual governments of that entire era couldn't manage on their absolute best day. The Qing Empire threw absolutely everything they had at her. Warships, alliances with European powers, bounty after bounty placed on her head. And every single time, she won. The empire that ruled hundreds of millions of people simply could not beat one woman's fleet. So in 1810, the empire does something almost unheard of. They offer her a deal. She keeps her wealth. Most of her fleet keeps their freedom too. She walks away from the largest pirate operation in history entirely on her own terms, opens a gambling house and lives to almost 70. A peaceful death as a fully retired pirate queen. History spent 2 whole centuries obsessing over Blackbeard, a guy who didn't even survive his 30s. Meanwhile, the most successful pirate who ever lived was a woman nobody ever taught you about. If you want more stories like this, the ones history skipped, hit subscribe. This is just episode 1.